applying the jobs sucks. But what if you could just hit go and let an AI agent do it for you? Now, I built this AI agent and it reads your resume, finds jobs tailored to you, and it applies for them, all while you do nothing but sleep. Now, I built this AI agent using a library called BrowserUse. This is fully open source and you're able to use it as well, but the thing is that you have to install it and you have to use code to be able to actually use their agents. Now, as you can see here, they're using OpenAI, but they have a lot of different options to use: Anthropic, Azure, Gemini, even DeepSeek, which is the strongest one of all. But the AI agent that I made with this, I've actually made a web UI as well, so that it's very readable, and as soon as you install it, you're able to start working on it immediately to automate any browser you want. You could, for example, go shopping with this browser, add a bunch of items to cart, or you could even register for your classes. If you're into sneakers, it could buy the sneaker as soon as it comes out for you, anything you want. You just have to think creatively. Now, the link for that is in the description. It's on Gumroad. It's simply a guide for you to be able to install it and use it for your own job applications and whatever else you would like to use it for. Now, as for how this AI agent that I've built works, it's all about the job applications. Of course, you're able to have it do whatever you want since it's a little web page, but more about that later. So overall, getting a job is a numbers game. If you've clicked on this video, you're most likely looking for a job or you're on the job hunt and you need one job as soon as you can. And you probably know how bad the job market is right now. You know that all it really matters is how much you apply. Of course, if you scroll through LinkedIn, you can see a bunch of computer science graduates and a bunch of other people who are saying they applied to thousands of jobs and only got maybe like 50 interviews, which is a pretty bad percentage, but to increase your chances, you just simply have to apply more. So, the agent loads in your browser after you've set it up and it asks for a prompt of what to do. Now, you can give it any prompt, such as go to google.com and type OpenAI, click search, and give me the first URL. Now, it can retrieve information for you, it can research for you. A really creative use case for this agent could be to write informational essays. If you're a college student and you need to search for sources from a specific website, you can have this agent do it for you. Overall, this agent that I built can do anything you tell it to do. What's really important for this specific job application agent is that it only works on job application forms that save your resume and apply quickly through your resume. It cannot upload your resume since it's a browser agent, which means it can only control your browser and it can't control maybe the file explorer or anything like that. Websites that do work could be Handshake, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, anything like that is good, but if it's some apply externally where you have to go and you have to fill out a bunch of details and you have to upload your resume and cover letter, that won't work for this agent. But we are developing that and it's on its way. Now, the prompt of the agent, which you're going to put in right over here, oh, that was a bad color. Let's do red. That you're going to put in right over here is very, very important because you're simply telling it what to do, but AI works best when you kind of make it role play. You need to give it kind of a task and you need to give it a identity of what it needs to do for you. Now, you're of course going to have to give it your industry, what position you're looking for, pay expectations, and what's very important is location. And also, you have to give it the platform to apply on. After reading your resume, it'll go to your website of choice, which you need to be logged into, because it's going to open a new window with your credentials and start looking through the jobs to apply to. It's going to read your resume and then go to your website, and it's going to start looking for jobs to apply to. As you can see here, I'm saying again, quick apply only. If it says something like apply externally, like you'll see here, or attach your cover letter, unless you've already attached one that's generic and available for all jobs, then it won't work because you'd be submitting the wrong cover letter. Anyways, it'll start filtering through jobs based on keywords and what you specified. So for example, if it sees that this doesn't work, you don't want a front-end developer, maybe you want a data science developer. So then it'll look through this one, see that this doesn't work, and then it'll check off this one, come over here and apply for it. Of course, location is another thing that matters, and the pay also matters, based on whatever you tell the AI agent to do. Now, you must make sure that your resume and transcripts or any other common generic documents are already uploaded and saved to to your platform. Of course, this that I'm using for the AI agent for my personal use and in this presentation here is a platform called Handshake. It's more tethered to college students, but it could also work on Indeed if done correctly. Now, it will avoid jobs that ask for a cover letter because, as I said before, it cannot upload any documents. So you can see here it'll avoid this job, and at the end it'll look something like this based on whichever platform you choose for it to apply on. Now this is an example using browser use by itself and having to code it by hand so that it's going to apply for you. I'm working on another agent that's going to be able to apply for LinkedIn jobs, even if it does say apply externally or anything like that. But for the link in the description, it gives a web UI, so you don't have to worry about any of the code. You just simply install it and it'll immediately start working for you. Now without further ado, I'll just give a quick demo of how the agent works and we'll be off on our way. Now this is the web page that I built that I was talking about. All you have to do after you download it is you have to make sure you're on use own browser and disable security. The other things I'll explain in the link down below. If you get it, then you're immediately able to download the files, and I have a video showing how you can run this, install it just for you. Now, this is the prompt. As I said before, the prompt is super important to make sure that you're getting the most out of the agent. I told it specifically which link to go to, which is in Handshake, and I told it you're my job applying agent, that's its role, its identity, and I want you to look through a bunch of jobs for me and apply to at least 30 of them. You may end after that. Now, this agent is kind of slow. It has a lot to think about, and since it doesn't have any memory, it's going to take quite a lot of time to apply for some jobs. I've tested and I've gotten about 20 jobs in 1 hour. That is the best, most efficient way it can go. So that means that overnight, within a couple hours, you could easily get maybe around 200 to 300 per day, which over a couple of weeks really goes to a couple of thousands. Now, what I've really made sure to emphasize for this AI agent is that make sure you click on the job and scroll down to find more. When I say skip over a job, it means click on the next job so that it opens the details on the right. If the job says apply externally or anything that's not suggestive of apply or quick apply, skip over that job. Even if it does say quick apply or just apply and not apply externally and it asks for a cover letter, then it's still going to skip that job. All I have to do is click on submit task, and it's going to open this up and start working for me. Now, of course, I'm only going to show applying to a couple, maybe one job, just to get you guys going on seeing this agent and how it works, because I don't want to waste your guys' time. Of course, the link is in the description if you guys want to get this agent for yourself, and if you guys want a guide on how to use it. Now, as you guys can see right over here, we have the agent, and it found a job that it likes. Now, of course, I told it I have experience with Python, Django, everything like that, all the normal computer science things that a computer science student would have, and I told it to find me jobs that I could do as entry level. Now, my resume is already uploaded, so now it should just simply apply, and if you can, it'd be best for you to give it a URL that's already filtered through, and that would be the best option possible. Now, as you can see, it applied nicely for this job right here, and this is just one quick example so that I don't waste any of your guys' time, and then you guys can try out this agent for yourselves. Now, this is an example. Of course, the best use case for this agent would be if you have a platform like Handshake or Indeed where it's a one-click apply. I found that ZipRecruiter is actually also a really good one as well. So if you guys have any of those platforms and you guys really are on that job hunt, this would be the best application for you to use. Now, to really get the most out of this agent that you can, I would recommend really honing down your prompt. Now, I've made a really good prompt that works specifically for Handshake and for Indeed and ZipRecruiter, but it really matters by the person. But the prompt is the most important part, and how you use this agent is also the most important part. Now, of course, this stuff where we give the agent the identity and the full task to end after applying to at least 30 jobs is really good because we're able to run it overnight. But what really matters is this link over here that we give it. Now, if this link is the link to like the job list with a bunch of quick apply jobs, then this agent can apply for around 30 jobs within 1 hour. But the problem happens, and it gets a lot slower when it's just a bunch of random jobs mashed together. Now it has to scroll a bunch to find the jobs that are perfect for you, location wise, pay rate wise, and because of that it just takes a lot more time. So if you take a little bit of time to curate this URL and find it, the URL of the list of all of the jobs that would be best for you, then that would be really amazing. Also, if you manually find and save a bunch of the jobs that you want to apply to, and if they're all quick apply or one click apply, even if they do have some fields for you to fill out, you can tell this agent all of your statuses. For example, if you're disabled or if you're a veteran or anything like that. I know those types of questions are very common for all of these like Indeed applications, ZipRecruiter applications. So you could simply tell this agent to answer whatever answer you want for those, and it would really work well. Best use case of all would be if you have the URL to a list of the jobs that are all quick apply. Then that way it'll immediately apply for all of those jobs and answer the little questions that they have, and that would be best. Now, what also really matters is making sure that you tell it all about you. And right over here, my agent has memory, so it already knows my resume, and I've told it a little bit of what I have experience in and where I am, so this agent can find the best, closest jobs for me. But it would be amazing if you could also just take your text resume and then paste it right in here. So those are the guidelines to get the most out of this agent as you possibly can. Now, if you want to try coding your own agent with browser use, I'll put the link to the GitHub down below. And of course, if you want to use my agent to skyrocket your job application process and your job hunt, I've made this little Gumroad guide that you can use. It comes with a guide, a full document on how to set it up on your computer. Of course, this agent runs locally on your PC. There are some requirements. Your PC does have to be somewhat strong because it is quite a large download and a lot of libraries as well. But as long as you have that going, you can immediately download my guide and you can start applying for jobs right away. Now, what comes in this Gumroad guide is I simply give a video tutorial on how to use the web UI so that you're able to use it to your best ability and get the most out of it, apply to the most jobs as possible. And of course, I have some videos of me using it here as well.
Hey guys, my name is Nekangan Diop,
and
this is
this
AI
is simply
agent
showing
that
how
can
you can
find
use
a
it
job.
with code.
As
Of
you
course, the
can see
code
right
is
here,
included in
it's currently
Browser
analyzing
Use's
all these
GitHub,
jobs
but
and
this
applying for
guide
jobs.
shows
Now, I
exactly
don't wanna
how to
waste
use
any
it.
of
Even
your
if you're a
time, so I'll just
non-coder, there's
quickly
no
show
worries
you how
with
it
that.
applies for a
You can
job,
simply
and we'll end this video
apply
right here.
all for you. And if you need any help at all, the link for my consultation is in the description. 15-30 minutes, as much as you need. I'm here to help, and I can simply get it started on your PC for you. Now, this is one of the most simplest and fastest ways to automate job hunting that I've seen so far. If you're serious about this, grab the files down below, and if you want, you can even book a consultation without even trying it yourself. I'll be here, I'll help you through the whole process, and subscribe for more AI agents and automations. The next video is going to be on an AI agent just like this, browser automation. It's going to be with code, and it's going to be automating writing your essays for you so that you can bypass draft back. Have a good day, guys.